What? Hello, number one. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. I'm thinking this will be my last live stream for a long while. I don't know, it's not worth it to me anymore. I never was really a big live streamer and did a lot of live streams. And I have my other channel, I did them a lot, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? Hello, how are you? Thanks for coming in. We got 19 in here. I don't know, maybe this is the time to do them. Just do them then. You're from Poland? Well, you're welcome here. Thanks for coming in. Oh, yeah? I had no issues. Thanks for coming in. It's nice to know you're from Poland. I'm from the United States, obviously. You can tell by my voice or my accent, we're going to call it. Yep, I'm from the United States. Thank you, Paul. Apparently, this is my time. You know, guys, I've been trying to figure this out, as far as when I need to do live streams and that. And I've tried them. I used to do them in the morning, and I would do them in the morning, and oh man, I get all kinds of people. Then all of a sudden, it just kind of went, and that was it. And so then I was trying the afternoon, and nothing. So I don't know when to do live streams anymore to where I'm getting the people in like I should be. I used to get them in a lot. I used to get, after I get on the live stream, there'd be 3,000 or 4,000 views and stuff like that. I had one live stream I had 15,000 views. So Yeah, just sitting here trying to figure out when to do live streams. So these are basically, that's a 6 scale. That's an RC. That's a 6 scale Willys Jeep there. And this is a 10th scale Willys Jeep. This one here is a project. I have been. I actually have another channel, and the problem is I get people from all over the world in my live streams. I get them from Taiwan, Japan, Russia, Denmark, Sweden. I get them from all over, so it's hard to figure out a time, when to do them. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure it out. I've been sticking to it. I've been doing 3. I think that's too many. I'm gonna try just to do one in the morning and do one about this time every day, and that way the analytics will should kick in that. I've also tried doing it with my computer and doing live streams there. I've done that where I've had people come up, but I don't get the people coming in. Some reason, if I use my phone like this stupid way, it does make a difference. If I use my phone this way, people will come in. So I don't know. I don't have a clue. All I'm doing, like I say, I'm keep trying to figure it out. Yeah. This is my 6 scale Willys Jeep with my soldiers in it. The soldiers actually are worth more than the Jeep is. You can see him in there. You can see his eyes. He's got blue eyes. Those are real helmets on them too. They're not plastic. Look at the stitching in their uniforms and stuff. And all the stitching on the buttons and everything, right down to their pants and their boots and stuff. All weathered. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates. Now, this is a 6 scale Willys Jeep from Rock Hobbies, and this is a 10th scale, but I'm going to do this one a little different. This is a 10th scale from JJRC that I ordered up a while back. I hadn't even really ran this thing. It's been run on the desktop here a couple times, and that's it. This is a leaf spring truck, and the problem is this thing, it's not an expensive kit, so it has plastic leaf springs, but now you look at it, see what it does. I went to WPL, and I ordered up metal leaf springs, some random ones, and I cut them to fit, and then the holes lined it up perfect, and I put metal leaf springs in it. But I also did the dry shaft, because the dry shafts are the weak spot of this Jeep as well. And I put metal dry shafts in it. But so now the suspension is good on it. Then I was sitting here, one of my lives patinaing that. If you notice they're kind of dulled out. That's a real easy job to do. Yeah, this is what I use on the bodies. If you notice that well, not so much here, but you can see that one there. Well, it doesn't stand out, but you can see like it looks dirty. I saw this on another YouTuber did this. You get boot polish in the cans. You get some black. You get some brown. You rub the brown all over it. Don't wipe it off. Just rub it on and let it harden. Then you take the black and wherever you want a little detail to show, like around the latches. You just take some black on a rag and just wipe it on there. Then just wipe it off. Don't wipe it off too much, but then it leaves a little line around there. But then it makes the Jeep look a little more matte look. So that's what I've discovered. So I use this stuff. You can get it wherever you can get it. This is from the United States, but Peak makes this. But it's just a paste is all it is. I don't know what they call it over in UK and that, but just a paste, and you just rub it on a rag and wipe it on the body, you know, and it's brown, and these are kind of a green, but when it gets done, um, if I go like this, you can see it's kind of matte looking now. See there? And that's the shoe polish that does that. So wherever you got a little shine, you just put the shoe polish on it, and you can see it's not there, and the same as here. It has a matte finish to it, and yeah, the shoe polish does that. Yep. So yeah, that's what I like to do. I like to do custom builds. Actually, I'm waiting for one to get here as we speak. It's going to be my next project truck. I have this one, but then I do some stuff other than military trucks as well. Let me get this one out. I'll show it to you. Some people have seen it, some haven't. Actually, I got a couple of them. This is a custom build here, right here. This is a 1973 Ford Bronco, and it's got a winch. It's got working lights in it. It's got what they call rock lights or underglow lighting. Well, it depends. That Willys is pretty much stock. The only thing I've done to it is grease the differentials and change the shock fluid. And the top is extra. If you you get it without the canvas top, and the top's like $20, but it's pretty much stock. I just detailed it. I mean, like the engine bay. See, I painted up the engine bay and stuff like that in it. So it's pretty much stock. I only thing I did to it is do the shocks, make sure the diffs were greased, and I put tail light kit on it. And the truck's like $350 American. The Soldiers actually are worth more than the truck is. So it's like $350 American. It does have the jerry can in the back. It has a spare tire. And all the lights, you see, the side lights don't work, but the lower lights do work on it. And yeah, it is pretty scale. If you compare it to a real one, I've done it numerous times in this channel where I pick it apart and you compare it to a real one. It's pretty scale. There's a few things that's not right on it. First thing I'll tell you, it's got 4 link in the back and 3 link in the front. It's supposed to be a leaf spring truck. But other than that, if most people don't even notice that, you know, and you know, it's got coilover shocks in it, you know, regular RC shocks. So yeah, so this truck with the Soldiers in it now, and just the 2 Soldiers in the truck. And what I've done to it is about $1,000 American. That's figuring the value of the Soldiers that are sitting in it. So don't let that, you know, they're about $200-300 a piece. The Soldiers are. So yep. So there's not much. It's all just detail work on this one. I didn't want to get crazy with it, you know. So you got the non-directional skinny tires on it and stuff like that. And I did the same thing to the rims. I put the polish on it. And yeah, I did this before. If you go comparing this to a real Jeep, you go to the center axle, the front wheel, and you go to the back of the light, and you get that stick straight. It's spot on. And you notice there's a gap here, and the wheels are favored to the front. That is right. They say this is a 41 Willys, and really realistic, it's a 41 and a half. I can show you why. A 41's had what they call a slack grill, and it was like 1.5 inch by 1 inch steel stock. It was just bent, and they just welded it together. You know, really mediocre. It was an ugly grill, but that was how they made them. In 40 late 41, 42, they come out with the stamp grills, which is this, and there's actually a certain amount of slots that's supposed to be in here, and these slots are right. The slots in the grill. The headlights are right. They're recessed because what they did, if they had engine trouble, they would open the hood, and they usually, and this one doesn't have it, but in the area where the screw is right here, they had a wing nut, and they'd loosen that wing nut, and they would let these headlights tilt up, and they could turn them using them as work lights to work on the Jeep if it broke down. The anti-aircraft lights are right. That one, this one is not. Typically, the bottom is painted out green. There's just a very little slit. This has got the whole light showing. So that is the hood latches are right. These here were used to hold the windshield down. These latches here, and these are your bumpers when the windshield would tip up. This was an MB, which means Model B, not military or anything else, just called a Model MB. So it had the shovel and it had the axe on it right here. That's how they were strapped on, basically. The mirrors, and there was there was other requirements, like if you look at the cowl height or the dash, see how it is to his knee? That is correct. These trucks, if you're 6 foot tall, you're screwed because the seats didn't adjust, and they're made for, 5'5" to 5'7" driver. And even how the seat back is, it didn't go all the way up. It only went up to protect your lower back, and that was it. They didn't have much padding in it. The fuel tank was underneath here, right about here. That's where the fuel tank is, and they lifted the seat cushion up, and that's how they filled it. And these grab handles, this one here and this one here, is what these were for. If they got stuck, one soldier could grab this handle, and another couple would grab this, and they do the same thing on this side. They could literally pick this Jeep up and slide it over to get it out of the rut. Then they could get going again. So, and they didn't have worn hubs, or they were full-time four-wheel drive. They had a 3-speed on the floor. It was first, second, and third, and they had a transfer case with a high-low range, so they could put it in first gear and put it in low range. And this thing, you could practically walk beside it. It runs so slow. And there's other little things like all these buttons you see around here. Those were actually done for a reason. They originally, they would run a rope across here with a snap hook, and that was a little safety thing. In the colder months, they would do is they would snap like curtains on here and go across here with green canvas curtains to protect them. And so they would do that, and plus they would also do this in the back window. They would cut that out as needed. This one here didn't come cut. I cut it out. They would cut out as needed. This one Jeep here actually has padded seats, padded seat back. It's got a case there that could be used for like ammo or whatever. That's actually because of the suspension of the truck. Then there's a seat back here that's padded. The only thing this is missing is a toolbox here on each side of the back corners, which they didn't have. This littler Jeep actually has it. You can see them right here. And this is what they had in the back corners. And they would have a jack, stuff to change a tire, some tools to work on the Jeep. They'd have one on each side. And in case they broke down for any reason, they could do that. And when they painted these trucks, they would only paint one coat of primer on them. And they'd only use one coat of primer and one coat of this olive drab green. And that's all they did, because they'd do that to keep the weight down, because the government had a certain weight requirement that these vehicles had to meet, because these were light reconnaissance vehicles, what they were considered. So to meet that weight requirement, that's how they got around it. That's why today, if you can find any of these, you'll see most of them are all rotted out or rusted out, and the guys are rebuilding them because that's how they made them back then. They're, they didn't make them to last. They were a tool for the military. They didn't take consideration, 70 years from now, from then, that people would want these things and wouldn't be running around. So. Yep, it's right down to even all this bracketry. This here is when the top is down, the bolts go through here, and then this was when the top is up, it goes there. And even actually the rope on the tops, that is right. So there is only a few things. It is not right. The 4-link and 3-link, which the RC company built, and the axles had offset differentials in them. One was way over in the front, one was way over in the back. But this one, unfortunately, they centered the differentials on them. You can see they're centered right here. Right here's the differential, but this actually should be offset a little bit in the front. Then the back one should be offset the opposite direction. And that's the other thing that's against it, But plus, it was a leaf spring truck. This doesn't have leaf springs. But talking to people that used to run these things, because my dad did one for World War II. He drove one of these around, and plus a deuce and a half. They would take an angle iron and they would have welded it to this bumper so it stood up like this. And what it did is the top was tapered, and when they go down the roads, the enemies would stretch cables across the road to try to catch them off guard. Well, if they put that I-beam in there and they would sharpen it, it would hit that cable and it would just cut the cable and break it, and it keep right on going. And also the windshield, you got these little brackets here. They would have pieces attached to them that would come down, and these windshields were made to open to swing up so that you could shoot through them if you had to. Then also the windshield wipers were mechanical in them. They had a wiper on each side, and they just had a little hand lever, and you would flip it back and forth, and they would that's how the windshield works. Later in the years of the Jeeps in the war, they went to a vacuum setup, but when they first started out, they were a hand-operated windshield wiper. Yeah, so, yeah, that's it. Like I said, the only thing that goes against it realistically is just the drivetrain. And right down to these wheels here, see these little buttons? You'd say, that's the RC company did that. No, that is 100% accurate. What that is these were two-piece rims. So these were the bolt heads, and on the back side were the nuts. If they had a flat tire, they could take the wheel off, take all these bolts out, split the rim, get the tube out, repair it, or replace the tube, put it back in, and put the rim back together, rebolt it back together, because they always ran tubes in these. They didn't have tubeless tires back then. So that's why you see these rims with the dimples on them. That is there for a reason. So, yeah, so that's as far as scale, it's close. It's close enough. If you want to go from say a 1 to 10 on scale, I'd say I'd give this about a 9.5, and that's where it would be. It's pretty scale, actually. Even how the driver sits, how the steering wheel sits in his lap. Because figure, this guy here is probably, if you will scale, he's a 12-inch figure. This guy here is probably 6 feet tall. So, it's like he is big for this truck. And that is right. That steering wheel would almost be in his lap, because they didn't make the seats adjustable. They were fixed. They had these things, and how they got them there is they hauled them in airplanes. That's why they had a requirement for height. And they would haul them there and on big skids, and they'd drop them out of the airplane, parachute them to the ground. Then it'd take about an hour or two. then the guys would go out there and wait for it to drop. They'd get there and they'd pick it up and they'd assemble it and drive it off. It was shipped, it was dropped with a full tank of fuel and a jerry can of gas. And that was the fuel that was in it. No tailgate on the back. That's why it has a seat there. They didn't run tailgates in the Willys Jeeps at all. The first ones in 1941 that was sent over there, they actually had stamped on them in the back right corner. It said Willys on it. And the military says, no, no, no. We're buying these from you. You're building them to our specs. We don't want Willys on them. So they had to stop doing that. So 42, they didn't have the Willys on them. And it gets down to when they first shipped them, these were done in a bluish gray. All this is a VIN number to the vehicle, basically. They would ship, these would be over there. All these markings would be like a bluish gray, a matte, almost a matte color. And they did that so that the enemy couldn't take pictures of it. And well, that didn't work. If you go look at old history photos of these Jeeps running around that were done that way, you can make out the numbers on them. So that didn't work. So in 42, they went back to just the white. So that's why I'm thinking this is a early 42 is what this is. They say it's a 41. No. And these ran a four-cylinder Kaiser 4-cylinder motor with a generator system, 6-volt ignition, and 6-volt battery in them. So they used the Kaiser motor because they knew in Europe a lot of the people over there, their tractors and stuff, small equipment over there, used these motors. So this was a tractor motor in these. And if they had issued where they needed another motor, they would just acquire a tractor and pull the motor out of it and put it in here. And that's how they would do it if they needed them. So if they, for some reason, they couldn't get a motor to them in time. So, yeah, so they were built to be, they could use off the land, basically, anything they needed. The tires, that's why the tires were skinny. They could easily come up with tubes if they needed them when they were over there. Because the United States wasn't the only one that ran these non-directional skinny tires. So they, yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this little history lesson. I like talking history, I really do. And my dad, he was in World War II. He was in the battle. He actually drove a military truck. He drove a Deuce and a Half, and he drove one of these Kaiser Jeeps, Willys Jeeps here. And he would follow General MacArthur around. He was in his motorcade, and he was in his platoon, basically. He would follow him around, and whatever needed to be done, that's what he did when he was there. And he was there until MacArthur got replaced. Then he went and he was in the Battle of Leyte Gulf, and he fought there for a while, and he did that, so, yep. Went from there. But I had to shut that door. But yeah, so as far as scale, this is spot on. If you're new to my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates. I love history. I love RC cars. And this is the way I can mix the two together. These are World War II soldiers that are actually in here too. And I actually got a very special soldier here to hang out with you guys. Get him set up here. There he is. I got General Patton. So we got General Patton here. I'm waiting for an RC car to get here in order. But give you an idea of scale. General Patton's a 12-inch figure. Let me get him set up here for you guys. Normally he cooperates. He's being a general. He does what he wants, There you go. So he's 12 inches in height. So that's General Patton. You can tell by his 3-star helmet and his pearl handle revolver. So give you an idea of scale. This is actually is a big truck. So the wheels are equivalent to a 2.2 tire on an RC car. So yeah, so yeah, these are all World War II. Back in there, you'll see there's a radio system. That's how big the radios were to talk, to communicate with people with. So, yep. But yeah, if you're new to my channel, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, future updates. This looks like this is the best time for me to do live streams this time of day, apparently, because I'm getting more people coming in. If you got any questions or anything you want, feel free to ask me as well. I'll try to answer your question. And Paul, next time you come in, or if you're still here, you'll be blue. That way I can keep track of you. And I thank everybody for coming in and see me from Poland and all the other countries out there. You guys are awesome as always. I appreciate everybody. I don't do drama here. Occasionally it slipped out. It slipped out on me a while back, a couple days ago, but I got it under control, and I don't do drama. I'm pretty easy going. Fairly knowledgeable in the RC market. Recommended for cars for people to get into and all that other stuff. So, yeah. So, but I appreciate everybody coming in here today. I'm actually still shocked that I still got people in here. But yeah, that's a little bit of history on the 41 Willys. It's pretty scale. The windshield does fold down, the top does come off, so you can run it without the windshield on it. So, yep. And this is that's a 6 scale. That's 12-inch action figures standing by it. And this is a 10 scale. And I got him in there. This is the same truck. It's a 41 Willys, but I'm doing this one differently. I'm going to make it look like something that somebody's restored and put like more modern running gear in it and stuff. So I got different tires and wheels coming for this one. It does have a working winch, the canvas top, and I went as far as I detailed the inside of it a little bit. You can see the painted seats. Put a toolkit in there, and I actually got a high lift jack hanging on the side of it. So this one here is going to be done like somebody had a 41 Willys and they rebuilt it or whatever per se, and they wanted to put the original military markings on it, but they use it for a trail truck, and that's what this one's going to be done as. The winch is functional. It'll pick up a 3S LiPo battery with no problem. The radio is right here. This is the radio for what comes with it. It has the bottom, you're on and off. Then you got the 2 buttons on side by side. Them are your winch. Then the top is your anti-aircraft. Then that black button is your steering trim. And it's just it's actually like if you're like me, I like to, when I do take my camera, do videos, I can steer it and throttle it, as I run them. That's why I like these little radios. It's not, a high-end radio, but it works, But yeah, so this truck here, you turn this on, you can see it blinking. Then we go underneath here, there's an on-off switch. You can see the headlights. See the headlights went solid right away. This has turn signals. You can see it blinking. It has a tail lights. It has tail lights on each side, and as well as it has turn signals on each side. The winch, to work the winch, we go like this. With the winch, right there is the winch. Like I say, it will, It will pick up a 3S LiPo battery. That's like a pound and a half. It'll basically pick up the weight of itself if you wanted to. And you can see the lights work. Underneath the hood here, there's your little 2S LiPo battery. That ain't the one that come with it though. The battery that come with it is right here. Little, I think it's 500 milliamp, 7.4 volt, 500 milliamp LiPo. This has got a 1300 in it. I had actually had these batteries from another car, so I use them either or. So, but yeah, that's how it works. It. I did put metal drive shafts in it, and I have it change out the spring seat steering. We'll get General Patton out of the way here, and I'll give you an idea. When they first come out with this truck, it didn't have a whole lot of power. They were burning up the motors and everything else in them, so they've improved it. You can see right there, they improved it right up on the dresser. And yeah, it's you can get it through Amazon. This truck, $92. I bought this just for Christmas time, and it was when it does that, the truck's off. That's showing you the radio's still on. You just do that, turn off. I paid $71 for this at Christmas time. So, but yeah, hello Rick, how you doing? I was hoping. I hope everybody liked this. Apparently, I got 8 thumbs up. I appreciate you guys coming in. If you will, please remember to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future update, because it helps YouTube know where to go with my channel. It tells them how to put my videos out there for basically to promote it. And if you type in like my channel, you go to Google it on the internet, it'll show you my videos and everything else. So everything is out there. And since I've been on here, I got almost 400,000 views, and I've been averaging 80 to 120,000 views a month. So I must be doing something right. What are you talking about? I don't get your question. I don't understand what you're trying to say. And my new truck is supposed to be here, I guess, tonight sometime. These are the shocks are. Oh, I don't have one. I don't have one. Most of these things I bought myself. I'm sorry. Um, I'm I study a lot of vehicles, and I had a Sherman tank. I got rid of that. I got bored with that, but stuff like that. So, but that's a good question. I don't have one. If somebody wants to sponsor me one and send me one, that'd be awesome. I am affiliated with FMS Model, which is Rock Hobbies, as well as Best Buy Boxes, which is an RC company, and I'm an Amazon affiliate and Sticker Mule affiliate. So I keep hitting them up to do it. No, I was not. My father was in the military. When I turned 18, you could drink, but I didn't go in the service. I'm doing well, Max Paul. When I was 18. I couldn't go. I was of age to go in the service, but I couldn't. And when I turned 21, they outlawed drinking and stuff like that. So I tell everybody I'm an in betweener. I was 18. You could go be drafted or whatever, but when I turned 21, when I turned 21, they wouldn't let me. But yep, yeah. So I was just giving history lessons on my Jeeps here. I think they're cool. This I can actually order a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun to go on the back of it, and as well as they make a trailer. Eventually, I may get both. And the tank gun is highly detailed, right down to the shell boxes and everything else you can get with it. So, yeah. I was just asking because you were in the Army, you'd probably call those vehicles strikers. These are considered uh, light reconnaissance vehicles. Um, oh yeah, the strikers. I know what you mean now. No, you said that strikers. Yeah, these here were reconnaissance vehicles, is what these were used for. And yep. All right. See you later. Hey, when you come back, let's see here. When you come back, you're gonna be blue. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate your input as well. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm waiting on a truck right now, but we got this. I got maybe 15 inches of snow in the yard, and they say they're still coming. I don't know when. UPS. So I'm waiting on a truck to get here right now that was sent to me to do. I told them I wouldn't do a boxing because everybody already done boxings of them, but I was gonna get it out and do a quick review on it. And I actually got sitting there. I'm already planning on doing some updates on it. There's shocks sitting there for it, so that's supposed to be here at some point today. I don't know when. But thanks for coming in, our gentleman from Poland. I appreciate your input, man. You're really knowledgeable too. Yeah, somebody wants to send me a military striker or something like that to go for a feature on my channel, or accessories for this Jeep, like the trailer or the um, anti-tank gun, and it'd be awesome. That's how you get channel sponsors, just by doing that kind of stuff. Because I do have 4 channel sponsors here for my side by side stuff. I have Starlight MT. I have um, Kimimoto. I have Mudbusters, as well as I have Polaris Industries. They help me with maintenance items for my Ranger and stuff if I need anything for it. So them are my main sponsors. So yep. But yeah. So I didn't know how long I was going to be on today actually, because I was just kind of feeling this out, and I can't. And it's like I'm trying to get a certain amount of watch hours built up, and I that goes, people coming in, which are views. Then views translate into watch hours. For every so many views, you get so many watch hours. Like this here might be 6 or 8 or possibly even more watch hours I'm done, because you can't necessarily go by the count of on your live stream, because what it does is that would change when it renders in the system and you get the total count. Because if you get somebody, sometimes they won't comment. Sometimes you do that and it won't show as anybody's in here watching. They could be watching in the background, but it would still the analytics will pick it up, and that is considered a view. And like for if they say if this when I got off here, say this live stream was 1,200, 1,300 views. Um, that would equate to anywhere from 8 to 14 watch hours off the one live stream. So when everybody does these live streams, don't, and they tell you just talk like you're talking to a whole lot of people, because you actually are. Because if they don't comment, they don't necessarily show up in your view count that you see everybody seeing. Yep, yep. These are 1941s. Um, yep. So if you're new to my channel, if you will, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for future updates. And I appreciate all the yeah. I'm more than halfway. Um, I'm partially monetized now. I'm just I got like, I don't know, 500 watch hours. Then they'll start running ads in my videos. So once I get that, that's when you start making the money. I have two monetized channels actually. This one, and I have a second channel that's fully monetized. So yeah, so yep, I have two monetized channels. So, but yep, yeah. This is a 10th scale Willys Jeep, and this is a 6th scale Willys Jeep. And there's General Patton, and there's my soldier sitting in it. So, yep. Yeah, so right now all I'm doing is trying to get my additional watch hours built up. So I got 10 thumbs up. Thanks, guys, for the 10 thumbs up. I appreciate it. Before I get out of here, I'd like to thank everybody for coming in today. Apparently, this is I got to look at the analytics, but this might be the time for me to come in. I've been playing around with live streaming. I've been doing 3 a day. I think that's too many. I need to do one in the morning, and like I've always done, and do this one at this time of day. Um, I've done it. I have a hardware in my computer um, for live streaming, and I can do that. But I'm gonna go like this. You guys next see me. I have. I'm 68 years old, by the way. I have hardware in my computer to live stream with, and I've actually had Rick, who was in here commenting, and I had him over there on it. We've done live streams and that, but I don't know if it's worth firing it up just to, you know, I can have like 13 people up here with me, you know. So I don't know, but yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in. The reason I set that down there is I got to I had a tie come loose. Yeah, these little strings on here are I'd love to, you know. Yeah, I got 12 watching. I have quads and side by sides. That's this channel's about. I have a Polaris Ranger. I have an Outlaw here. There's also a Sportsman 500 sitting here. Yeah, I do that a lot in the summertime. This channel is mainly about. I do the RC car stuff as like a filler. And when I can't do anything else. Unfortunately, with the weather the way it is, can't run these either. So, and it's too cold. They're actually telling us where we're at. If you don't have to go outside for any reasons, not to. You know, so they yeah, they're tied now. But yeah, so yep, I do quads. I do how to videos as far as, you know, servicing clutches on ATVs, oil changes, installing equipment on them. Matter of fact, Star Knight's sending me some more stuff to do, installing product reviews on and stuff like that. Yep. Yep. Do you know? Have you been to my house or something, or did you remember seeing it on the channel here? I just wondered if you have, just don't say my name, okay? I'm very protective of that, but yeah, the one that's stored in another building right now because I got a sportsman sitting in there right now. So, but yep, yeah. Well, guys, I've been in here almost an hour, and I'm going to get out of here um, and get ready for the evening and just kind of chill. See you later, Sonia. Don't dox me again. I just blocked you from the channel. So thanks, guys, for coming in. I appreciate you as always. Bye and God bless, and I'll see you later.